Anyway, we do have a guest on, Roman Ruiz, former Utah State decathlete, and it's also kind of an inspirational story as well. Welcome him on to the show. I was kind of between writing for the Utah Statesman and working here. Back in 2020, Roman, it was cardiac arrest, I believe.
Yes, cardiac arrest.
I guess just kind of walk me through the technical terms, because obviously, cardiac arrest during training, and then a long road to recovery. Just kind of walk through that little process there. Kind of explain it.
Yeah. So, I had cardiac arrest. I was doing voluntary workout at Utah State on the track, and I was extremely lucky that one guy. I was doing a voluntary workout on a Saturday as spring break, so I was extremely lucky that one guy decided to walk around the track the same while I was there. So I had cardiac arrest, and I was out laying on the track for 35 minutes, and he was just walking and continued walking. He thought I was just resting, saw me. Once he got to me, realized something was wrong because I was face down, and he started CPR, and it was just, it's kind of crazy. He started CPR, called the ambulance, and it took a while. I was out for 35 minutes, and I don't know. It's just very wild to think about it for myself, because my brain injury makes it so I'm hard at remembering. Like, I'd have very difficult recall. So, thinking of these things, like how everything happened in my life, and it's kind of crazy to think about. And it's just a miracle that I'm alive and I'm walking and doing with the team. But yeah, so I was just working out, and I was doing part of my warm up. Had cardiac arrest, was out for 35 minutes, and then I was life flighted to, I think, the Ogden. Yeah, I was life flighted to the Ogden Hospital, and then I was in the hospital there for 2 months, I'm pretty sure. And then after that, I was back home, and I find myself extremely lucky to have amazing parents that have done everything that they can. But
So I guess I imagine you talk about, obviously, with a brain injury, you probably don't remember a whole lot about that day.
Yeah.
I guess, is there a first memory you have? I guess a span, like you remember, this is the last thing I remember versus this is the next thing.
No, not. I don't feel like there's anything. I feel like there's nothing that I remember exactly, but it's nice. Going through my Google Photos, because I was very into taking pictures and documenting, so that's one nice thing that I have to recall memories and bring back the memories for me. Yeah.
Reading up on your recovery, it sounds like you went through the lowest of lows, and there wasn't a lot of highs during that recovery. Can you talk about what the recovery was like for you personally? Yeah. What the therapy was like? How many days you were going? What you were going through? What you can remember?
I know, I don't know. I know it was if I can think back, I know I was going to lots of therapies, multiple times a day, and it's interesting, all the therapies I was doing, it's crazy to think how they were helping, because I don't know where I'd be without them, and it's just crazy, because it's a lot of hard work. Because definitely the hard work is how I'm doing as well as I'm doing right now. If it wasn't for having that hard work attitude that I have, then I have no idea where I'd be. But
is that something that kind of carries over? Obviously, being an athlete, that hard work that's been part of your whole life. So you basically transition that into obviously your recovery. It seems like fairly seamless for you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, it was really nice. I think as a freshman, I was already in multiple record boards for track. Like the decathlon is 10 events, so I don't know, like I was on. I was on like the decathlon record board and heptathlon, pole vault, hurdles, I think, but I don't know, it's kind of crazy.
So what got you into running? Like, I mean, the only reason I'll ever run is if I have something in my hand or if something's chasing me. That is the only reason I'll ever run. Otherwise, it is walking at all times and all paces. But what got you into running? How did it all start?
I'd say it was probably from my dad. Like, 'cause my dad, he was in high school. He was really into running and just, passed it down to his children.
Really?
So yeah, it's like me, my older brother, he also runs, and yeah, he ran for University of Nebraska and BYU. So.
Can you tell us about some of your great achievements in running and in track and field, some of your ones that you're most proud of?
Yeah, I'd say one thing that it brought back to memory from just being here and with my coach is I remember it was indoor, so it was part of the heptathlon, and you do the 1,000, and I was running the 1,000, and at the end I had an extremely big kick, and I ended up winning the 1,000,
wow.
Which was interesting because I didn't know what to expect, but I don't know.
Can you tell us about the steps that you took for recovery? Like, what steps and milestones that you were trying to get through as you're getting to the point where you are now? Obviously, starting with cardiac arrest and then coming to that. What were those steps that you were taking?
I don't know. It's difficult question, definitely, because just to think back to where it was is crazy. Like how far I have come is amazing. I had to relearn how to walk, and I had to relearn how to talk, and talking. Like those are all very big steps. Like, it's just interesting. But, yeah.
So that just happened to you just relearn how to walk, and then relearn how to run.
Yep.
Relearn how to talk. Just
yeah.
I guess but 4 years down the line, you've gone really far. From those early moments.
Yeah, I would assume so.
What are your goals now?
My goal, I'd say, it'd be to go back to college, and I think I want to be I can't think of what the doctor is called, but it's whatever the type of doctor that I first saw when I had my brain injury.
Okay.
So I just want to be able to help people that have been where I was.
Yeah.
And I want to tell them, like, you can do this. Like, it's all mental.
Have you been invited to go out and do speeches? Like, that kind of a story I think people need to hear. Like, and the incredible and the positivity you come out with it. Like, not once have you complained about your situation, which is amazing. Because I would have been, first thing I would have done on here is I would have complained, but you haven't done that. What has it taken to be this positive about your whole entire experience, therapy, and more?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd say it's definitely difficult. Like, it's easy to complain because, like, for me, like, like my memory, I feel like that is the biggest difficulty that I have now. So, like, when I'm asked different questions about specific things in the past, like, I'm not exactly sure, but I can just assume that I've watched, like, there's a video called Roman, A Year of Miracles on YouTube, and it shows my first year's progress. So I can watch that and I can see, like, wow, I can't believe that's where I was, and like, I don't know, it's just crazy.
So you've had a chance to interact with other people. Obviously, you've interacted with doctors who've helped you. Have you had a chance to meet other people who've gone through similar experiences as you and kind of helping each other out? Has that happened at all? Like,
I guess, yeah. Like, there's a girl from back home. She has a brain injury and is recovering. I don't remember exactly, like, how things are or were but yeah, I don't know. It's nice. So
I was just curious. Obviously, a lot of times you end up banding together with other people who obviously have these same
Yeah.
experiences, and I know it's been really helpful for some people in a bunch of different situations, obviously.
yeah, it's nice.
I want to ask you this, and I hope it's okay to ask you this, but it seems like your biggest motivation, inspiration, and positivity comes from your mom and dad.
Yeah.
One's filming right now. Your dad got you into track, obviously, in running. What is their support in all of this meant? Because I felt like when we were talking about your parents before earlier in this conversation, you kind of got emotional.
Yeah.
But what has mom and dad meant for you in the last 4 years?
I don't know. It's just like, it's crazy to think like how much they've done for how much work and like they put into, and I don't know. I feel like their life has changed in so many different ways, and I don't know. Like it's not like doesn't come to mind like that it has like been said to me, but I assume that it has because what I've gone through, and I don't know, I'm just extremely grateful for my parents, and they're I don't know, they're really really good, nice.
I guess how much does that motivate you to you want to give back? So you talked about wanting to go into the medical field to help people who've gone through your own experience. Like how much does the people around you motivate you to do what they've done for you? You can maybe do for other people as well.
I don't know. It's nice. Like the main reason is like I feel like there's been so much good that I've come, like that I've gotten out of the doctors, so much good information and so much like help like given, and like if I can be one of those people that is helping others, and that'd be I would see that as something very cool.
Again, we're talking to Roman Ruiz, former Utah State decathlete, and obviously a survivor of a cardiac arrest, and obviously a very inspirational story. You've come back here to Logan. I was told you're competing in the USU Speed and Power event, I think is what it was called.
Yeah, that sounds correct. Speed and Power Invitational.
Some of that I was looking at earlier today, and I didn't write it down. So obviously an event that you're going to be competing. Just tell us a little bit about that. Getting back into athletics, obviously.
Yeah, it's really nice. Like it's nice to be a part of the team, and it's I find it like kind of crazy that like the different workouts, because I've been practicing with the team this weekend. It's interesting. Like my therapies back home, like I feel like I work very hard, but the different like workouts that they have here, it's like has made me realize like wow, like I must have been like up there as an athlete, like because the different workouts that they do here, it's crazy and it's inspirational, like
So,
I don't know.
So what are you going to be doing in the upcoming event? Is it just running or?
Yeah, so I'm going to be throwing shot put, and I'm going to be running the 4x4.
Oh, that's incredible.
That's pretty good.
I love YouTube. I like to go down the rabbit hole of YouTube and find all these weird, just unnecessary videos. But you have a YouTube channel. I want to hear about this YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I want to hear about the video, the progress video, and all that.
Yeah, so it's not my channel, but it's a friend from back home.
Okay.
My brother's wife's, so it's my sister-in-law's aunt, I think, and they made the video. It's called Roman, A Year of Miracles, and it's on YouTube, and that is a video that I watch fairly often because just to remind me, like, wow, that is where I was, and it's crazy to think, like, it's crazy just to think or to think about what I've gone through.
So you guys talk about a year of miracles. Obviously, that first year on the road to recovery.
Yeah.
What do you feel like are the biggest miracles that you saw in your life? In that first year.
I'd say it was just like getting back to like running and like, I don't know, as you guys can see, like, I'm fairly capable of being by myself and holding myself, and I don't know, I feel like physically, like, the most, like, physical aspects is, like, where I've come the farthest, but, like,
Can you talk to us about mental health for a student athlete, for athletes in general? I just talked to Anna Weaver about a week ago, one of the great runners in Utah State Athletics.
Oh, yeah?
Going to be participated on Team USA, then had a hip injury, broken hip in 3 different places, and had to recover.
Oh.
You know, not as dramatic as yours by any means of the stretch.
Yeah.
But when you hear about mental health for student athletes and for athletes, what comes to your mind about some of the challenges and what your message is to all of them?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd say the mental health is something it's not very big. Like, you can't really understand, like, how bad, like, your life can suck because of different injuries or different things. It's, I don't know, so mental health, like, it's nice. Like, it's the student athlete it's a student then athlete, not athlete student. It's student athlete, and so being a part of a university, and I feel like making that your number one priority for if someone's an athlete is, I feel like that's extremely important. But yeah.
All right, we're very thankful for Roman to come on. Roman Ruiz, former Utah State athlete, obviously going to be competing in the USU Speed and Power. I'm going to go with that. We're going to call it that, and if I'm wrong, somebody can correct me. But thank you so much for coming on to our radio show, and I'm going to have to go check out that video because obviously I want to learn a lot more. I know, and those of you listening, feel free to go. It was Roman, A Year of Miracles.
Yeah.
Should be able to find that on YouTube and learn more about, obviously, your incredible story. So, again, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, of course.
All right, we're going to go ahead and take another break, and on the other side, we'll return. We'll have more here on the Full Court Press.